Never stop reading Bible. Welcome to the deep dive. And today we are plunging into the ancient prophetic texts of Isaiah, specifically chapters 45 through 48. So let's dig in. Our journey starts with Isaiah chapter 45. And honestly, it's a bit of a shock right from the start. God's totally unexpected choice. King Cyrus of Persia. I mean, it's pretty radical, isn't it? How does an outside ruler, someone who doesn't even worship the God of Israel, become such a key player in God's plan?
Yeah, that's exactly what makes it so fascinating. It is radical. God raises Cyrus up, not just to save his own people, Israel, but also kind of as an instrument of his wrath against other nations. Right. And what this chapter really hammers home is God's absolute sovereignty, his complete control.
Right.
It's not just about being powerful. It's that his power isn't limited by, human expectations or who believes what.
So he can use anyone.
Exactly. He uses kings like Cyrus who worshipped other gods basically as his tools to reshape history. Yeah. It shows this cosmic level of authority that demands recognition from everyone, everywhere.
Wow.
Even calling the Gentiles, those outside Israel, to ditch their idols and see that he alone is God. It's a message that just cuts across all boundaries.
That is a powerful picture of God's universal reach. But then Isaiah shifts gears quite dramatically in chapters 46 and 47, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
He really zeroes in on Babylon's idols and frankly paints a pretty pathetic picture, especially compared to the God who just used Cyrus. What's Isaiah getting at there? What's the core difference? And, well, what does it mean for Babylon?
Well, the contrast is deliberately stark. It's devastating for Babylon, really. Yeah. The sources show Babylon's gods as just statues. Gold, silver.
Lifeless things.
Totally lifeless. Heavy burdens that animals have to carry. They can't move. They can't hear prayers. They certainly can't save anyone. Just useless, inert idols. But Israel's God, he's presented as living, active, personally caring, and caring for his people through their entire lives, from birthright into old age.
A completely different relationship.
Completely. So connecting this to the bigger picture, Babylon's destruction is basically guaranteed by God. And it's not just because their gods are false. It's also their incredible pride and how they abuse their power.
Ah, right. They were God's agent against Judah, but then got arrogant.
Exactly. They acted for God initially, but then started boasting, thinking they were invincible. So, despite all their bragging, Isaiah says judgment will hit them suddenly, one day. And it'll bring immense shame, exposing just how powerless their fancy gods really are.
Okay, so we've seen God's power over nations like Persia, over false gods like Babylon's. But then Isaiah 48, it sort of turns the focus inward, doesn't it? Back onto Israel itself.
It does.
It seems like even God's chosen people had their own issues, their own struggles with faithfulness. How does God handle the unrighteousness within his own people?
Yeah, that's a really crucial, almost personal question the text tackles. Israel was invoking God's name, making oaths.
Going through the motions.
Kind of, yeah. Often without really living righteously, without sincerity in their hearts. But even facing this hypocrisy, God shows incredible patience. The text says he's slow to anger. He reaffirms his commitment, almost like hitting refresh on the covenant. He reminds them he's the one and only Redeemer.
Right.
And he promises their release from Babylon, not really because they earned it or were finally faithful, but because of his own character, his own glory.
So it's about his faithfulness, not theirs.
Precisely. It's this profound statement about divine grace and God's perseverance, even when his people, mess up.
This deep dive was based on material provided by the Center Studio.